Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the third and concluding part of my PMP series. My name is Chinenye Adeleye and I'm super excited to be here to share my exam story. Before I share my story, let me also tell you that you can decide to write this exam, the PMP exam, online or at a center. So you decide to choose which is better for you. For me, I chose to do it at the center because I didn't want any story like, oh, NEPA took light or my network went off. I didn't have energy for that because the kind of anxiety and worry I already had from writing the exam was enough for me. So I chose to write it at a center. I also just feel like there will be minimal technicalities happening there. So I was like, okay, I will go to a center. I chose a center as advised by Pearson View, who is their partner. I think I mentioned that in the part 2. I chose the center in Surulere and I did my exam there. It was very cool and very cozy. It was really nice and I had a good time writing the exam, aside from the fear of failing, right? So it was a very good experience writing it from the exam center. So if you decide to write it from home, that's the online version, that's fine. So far you're sure that you have stable electricity and stable internet so that you will not start sharing stories that touch. So I also love to share with you that in the exam, you're going to be getting questions from the 3 domains. The domains are process, people, and business environment. You're going to be getting 50% questions from process. That includes risk management, stakeholder management, and the likes. You're going to be getting 42% of people, which involves team collaboration, solving conflict, emotional intelligence, managing a team basically. Then for business environment, talking about benefit realization, organizational structure, and all of that, you're going to be getting 8% question from that. So you need to understand that the process takes a large chunk of the question. So it's very important that you put your mind in passing and understanding process, because that takes 50% of the exam questions. So when I mean 50%, I mean that in the 180 questions, you're going to be getting 90 questions from process. So it means that you need to focus a lot of attention on process as much as you focus on people and business environment. You understand? So let me quickly share with you my experience writing the exam. I woke up that morning and I was very overwhelmed and I was so confused, and I was trying to read because I woke up quite early. I slept very late, woke up quite early, and I was like, God, please just help me. I need to pass this exam. And I was just sitting on my bed, praying, praising. I sang a lot of Shola Alison song. I sang I'm a child of the Almighty. I sang Iriko Sele Mi Yo. I was just singing and praising God. At some point I just put this Yoruba in, singing a lot and just dancing, praising God. But deep down in my heart I was still very worried. Then my husband walked in and said, Chine, what's the problem? Why are you looking like this? And I was like, I'm just worried. He said, Chine, I know what you're worried about. You're worried about what if you fail. I'm like, yes, what if I fail? And he's like, what if you pass? Why are you thinking so much of negativity? Why can't you think of what if you pass? And I'm like, this is true. What if I pass? So that changed my orientation. I'm like, okay, now let me focus my energy on asking myself, what if I pass? I'm very excited. I'm very, excited that, yay, I passed. So I decided that I'll focus on that. On getting to the examination venue, I was already, the fear was still there, but I was like, Chine, this is it. You're writing this exam and you're passing. So they called us in, I walked in and they told us to sit, they checked our bags, they checked our passport, told us to keep our bags somewhere. And then I kept it and it was time to go into the examination hall. I got in there and I'm like, God, this is it. I have to pass or I have to pass. There was no in-betweens. There was no other option than to pass. So I sat in there and I prayed and I started. When I started the exam, the whole fear, worry, and everything just went down the drain. And I was just gliding through the exam questions. It was so beautiful. And my mind, I was like, yes, I'm passing this. So I took my breaks. I always advise people to take their breaks, because just imagine you're sitting down for about 4 hours looking at the computer screen. At some point, you need to take a break, even if it's just to drink water or just to relax and take your eyes off the screen for a bit. So I know that you want to quickly finish your exam and all, but after the first 60 questions, take your 10 minutes break, come back, do the next 60 questions, and take a 10 minutes break. Like, it's not calculated in your 3 hours, 50 minutes. So take it. It's free 10 minutes break to just stretch your leg and drink water. So advice, take it. So I took my breaks. I didn't even spend the 10 minutes. I spent like 5, 7 minutes, and I was back into the hall to write my exams. And then I was done. When I finished, it was time to submit. So I went through, I still had like 20 minutes. So I went through and that's why I said it's very important to manage your time so that you can be able to revise what you've done, because there are some questions that you've skipped, you flagged. So you have an option to actually flag questions. The ones that you're not sure of the answers yet, you can just flag it to come back to it. But if you don't have any extra time, you'll not be able to go back. So it's important that you manage your time. And managing your time comes with a lot of practice. So practice, 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 right? And then I had 20 minutes. I, finished and I submitted. When I was done, the instructor came, checked, and said, "Oh, are you done?" She said, "Oh, fill the survey." That is a survey. I was like, I ran back to fill the survey. So they will not say because I did not fill survey. That's why they filled me. I don't want any story. So I went back, I filled the survey, and that was how I was done. And then, the thing about the PMP exam is that there's no go come. There's no chere cambia. You are getting your results immediately. You will know if you pass or if you the other opposite. So I went out. It was time for her to give my result. She was frowning her face. I was like, "Hey, I failed." Because I feel like if someone passes, there's an emotion on your face, but there was not even emotion on her face at all. And I was like, "God, what has happened?" And then she gave me the paper, and I was looking at people like this, and then I saw congratulations. I was like, what does congratulations mean? At that point, I didn't even understand what congratulations meant. I was looking for pass. Where is pass? And I saw pass. And I just saw the woman, "I passed." She said, "Yes, you passed." I broke down in tears. I didn't know how to feel. My body was shaking. I had so much energy. I could not enter a car. I had to walk a distance to release the energy in me. I cried so much. Because I'm like, "God, thank you. This exam, like, I'm PMP certified since 2023. I've paid for this exam, my fees to write it." Yeah, I am PMP certified. To be honest, it was quite a journey. And that's why I tell people, if you say you are scared, I relate, I understand. But you should not let the fear overwhelm you and overcome you to the extent that you are now so worried and you're not able to write the exam and pass. You understand? So as much as you're worried, ensure that you're focusing on learning, practicing. And to be honest, there's nothing to worry about. This exam is something that you can pass. Just read and know how they set their questions. Now, I want to also talk about community. You need a community for writing this exam. You need one. Either a practice community or a community of friends that are cheering you on. I shared with everybody I knew loved me that, see, I'm writing a very tough exam and I need help, with a lot of cheering up, a lot of prayers, a lot of words of affirmation. And my community did just that. They prayed for me. In fact, I belong to a group called Sisterhood. My friends there, they dedicated a day before and the day of the exam to praying for me. They were praying for me every 3 hours. And I was like, wow. What else do I want in this world? So they were there praying for me. God bless you, praise. God bless you, Adesola, for praying for me, putting in your prayers. So beautiful. Thank you so much, guys. And I also had my family, my siblings. God bless you. They were praying for me. They were supporting me. They were, as much as I was worried, they were worried as well. I had my colleagues from different places I worked. They were praying for me, supporting me. So you need people that would constantly make you understand that, see, we did for you, are praying for you, nothing will happen, you will pass. My husband, such a huge support system. He was there for me till the morning of the exam. He saw me off to my exam venue, and he just told me, "Chine, don't worry, I believe in you and I know you can pass." So you also need a community of people that are also reading to pass the exam, because it's in that community they will share materials, they will share practice questions, they will share textbooks that they are reading that you can also benefit from. So I'm launching a community for people looking to write their PMP this quarter. That's between April and June 2025. So if you're interested, I'll put the link in the comment section. Please click on it. I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the community, because we'll have a lot of people, amazing people there looking to write the exam, and I will be your greatest cheerleader. I will share with you everything I know, all the practice questions I have, all the materials I have. I will share with you to ensure that you pass this exam. When you join my community, you will pass. So after you write the PMP, that's not all. Now let me bust your head. The certificate expires. So after 3 years, the certificate will expire. But you need 60 PDUs. So it means that you're going to be involved in taking personal development courses. You're also going to be you're going to be volunteering. You're going to be giving back to other people. So you must have 60 PDUs before 2028. For me now, before 2028 March, I must have garnered my 60 PDUs. I've already started. I think I already have like 3 PDUs. So you need PDUs for your certificate to be renewed. If you don't get the 60 PDU, you will have to sit for the exam again. Yeah, I understand. It can be somehow. But then I think I love it because it makes you think on your toes. Now you have to constantly think of, how can I be better? Because let's face it, technology is evolving every day. If you say what you know in 2025 is what will carry you through 2028, that's not true. You need to constantly upgrade, upskill, reskill. And I love the fact that PMI is thinking about that, ensuring that we constantly evolve and become better. So after the PMP, you would need to constantly take courses and record and log it in to the PMI website to show that you've been actually taking personal development courses for you to be certified 3 years after. That will be all from the PMP. The PMP is the project management professional. If you know anyone writing the PMP soon, you should refer them to this video because it will help them a lot. In the previous video, like I said earlier, I've been able to share a lot of introductions, a lot of tips, a lot of tricks, a lot of websites to check videos and practice questions that can make you do well. So like I said earlier, don't let worry and anxiety get the better part of you. You can do this exam and you'll pass. In fact, you don't just pass, you'll pass with above target. So get on it. I wish you the very best. And I can't wait to hear your success stories. When you pass your exam, please and please drop me a comment in the comment section. I can't wait to celebrate you. The newest PMP certified professional in town. Congratulations in advance. Thank you very much for watching. If you've not subscribed to my channel, this is a very good time to do it. Subscribe, like, and share this video to everyone that you know would appreciate and love it. Thank you very much for watching once again, and see you in my other videos. Bye.